What's up? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and this is the JJRC Elfie Plus, and this here is the JJRC Baby Elfie. They're both selfie drones from JJRC, and they both work through Wi-Fi with your phone. So you can do Wi-Fi FPV with both of these. They both have altitude hold. They both have the same features and all. I have done videos on both of these. I'll have links in the description so you guys can check out the flights that I did with both of these. Now, they're both selfie drones, and they both have this kind of motion sensor slash joystick controller. It's a combination of the two. You have to use the motion sensor to move forward and back, I think, and this controls the yaw. Motion sensor to move forward and back as well. So you're only controlling altitude and yaw with this joystick here. And so a bit of a challenge, a little harder to get used to than having a full-on controller. But you do have the option of flying these two with the phone. If you have a phone or a tablet hooked up to these, you have the option to just control it completely from the phone without using these two things here. And that's a bit cumbersome if you're used to flying with a joystick. It's really not that much better than using the motion sensor and the joystick here. I think both of them are very challenging, and so that's the reason I wanted to introduce this to you guys. Something I stumbled upon. I didn't even get this on the merit of trying to fly FPV Wi-Fi devices. If you guys are familiar with my channel and you know a little bit about me, you probably know through conversations and comments and stuff like that, I really don't care for the Wi-Fi FPV quads. I think that 5.8 gigahertz FPV is the way to go. I'm really not into the selfie thing, even though it has been becoming increasingly popular. I think I stumbled upon something very unique. This is the JXD Singularity, also known as the S192. And this is a gaming tablet, guys. And it comes with the joysticks and the buttons all built into it. Really nice feel on the buttons and all. This has really nice specs. The screen resolution is better than HD resolution. And this thing just works really nice for video games and all. It's just a really nice tablet all around. It does have a front camera here. A front facing camera. No camera on the rear though. Looks like they have a spot where they could put one, or they were thinking about it at least. But really nice video gaming tablet. In fact, I would go as far as to say this is a video game lover's dream tablet. This thing is really awesome. It's the best tablet that I have had to date that I can think of. And the reason why I'm even showing you guys on this channel here, because this definitely is a RC channel, but this thing actually allows you to control these Elfie drones with the joysticks here, and I'm going to show you guys how. So let's go through the procedure of connecting this to one of these little guys here. Let's see. We're going to turn this one on. This creates a Wi-Fi hotspot, and then you just have to connect to it with your tablet or phone. So we're going to go in here, go to settings, Wi-Fi, JJRC, that's it right there. We're going to connect to it. And so it's connected. So we're connected to it now. We can go to the app. Now let's go into the app and connect there and check it out. So now we can see. Pretty awesome. The camera lens can be adjusted on this as well. Give you guys something to look at. But anyhow, now check this out. You can hit this on or off button, and that brings up the controls there. And so you could control them with your thumbs there and all that. You can use this just like you would any other tablet. But what makes this thing shine is this. Let's open up that. This is the one button press to take off, and this is the one button press to land and all of that stuff. You have your rates here. It's on 30%. If you tap it again, we're on 60. 100% and all of that. We have the record button for your video, and you have a capture button for your camera. And so now we can actually hold this button here, and it brings up the controls. So you can move these around and all, and set these up, these controls here, to work for the on-screen controls there. And you can press these buttons here. For instance, the X and Y button, you can move those around to spots on the screen where you want them to activate button presses. So I can move this Y over to here, and I can move the X button there, and that'll make it so that when I press the Y button, that's the one button, take off. This is the one button, press to land it. And you can do this with all the buttons. There are shoulder buttons on it. There, you got 2 shoulder buttons there, PlayStation style, on either side there. You have the joysticks actually have buttons. If you press them in, they actually activate a separate button. And so this thing is really awesome for flying Wi-Fi FPV quads. So I'm going to take you guys out in a minute to check out how this thing flies FPV with the joysticks there. All you have to do is save it. After you set everything up, then you can hit this button here, which is the save button. And that saves your configuration. And so now check it. So I have on-screen controls there. I press the Y button, it presses that. Oops, we're going to take off in here. Let's land it. Oops, I done got out of the app there. Didn't mean to do that. But you guys see what I'm talking about. You can actually use these joysticks here and the buttons and all to actually fly these as a regular quad and be able to see FPV on here. So pretty awesome. Really makes these things a little more interesting. I really like flying them with that. I really can't say that I'm a big fan of Wi-Fi FPV, but this definitely makes it a whole lot better. So let me get into this thing and other things that it can do, what it was actually meant to do. So check it out. We got Showbox on here.
Yes, we did it.
And of course, it's awesome for playing video games. Also, I saw a few other reviews of this thing before I purchased it, and they were saying that there was a delay between the button presses and what actually happens on the screen. Well, this thing comes with a bunch of emulators already on it and some app called Happy Chick that allows you to download emulators. But when you get them from that app or run them through that app, that's when it happens. If you download your own emulators, then there's no problem with it. Check it out. So you guys can see as soon as I press the button, it jumps and all. You know, no delay at all whatsoever. And so this thing is a really awesome gaming tablet. So up top, you have your trigger buttons here. You have 2 of them on each side. And then you have these air vents. I think these are for cooling. And this is the power button here. You have 2 volume keys, volume up and volume down. And this is a mini HDMI port here. So you can actually plug this up to the television and have dual display going on and play your video games on your television. It also has this digital controller here, as well as these analog sticks here. So really awesome deal, I think. On the bottom here, we have a SD card slot, and this takes up to a 128 gigabyte card for external memory. It has an internal ROM memory of 64 gigabytes, and it has 4 gigs of RAM. It's a quad-core processor in this thing, running at 2 gigahertz. And there's a micro USB port here for charging, and this is a 1.5 millimeter headphone jack there. A really awesome gaming tablet, and you can use it for Wi-Fi FPV for your Wi-Fi quads. So alright y'all, check it out. We got it fired up with this. So we're in the air with it. Check out what it looks like on here. So we're at low battery, but I just wanted to show you guys a little bit. We got it on 100% now. So I could control this thing just like a regular quad now. I could do funnels and all. The range is pretty decent. Now battery is dying a little. But check it out, more precise controls with it now. I don't think the Wi-Fi is good enough to do FPV. Let's try some FPV with it. Yeah, I'm about to crash this thing. So that's it. A quick little demo flight of this JJRC Baby Elfie with the JXD Singularity. Thanks for watching.